It's one of the biggest upsets in the cricketing world. On the 22nd of June, Afghanistan beat Australia at the T20 World Cup 2024. Now think about it again. A country that got ICC membership only in 2017 beat one of the cricketing world's superpowers, Australia. Now on the 25th of June, the Afghan cricket team beat Bangladesh. They've now entered the semi-finals to be played on the 27th of June. Now this is a remarkable achievement for a country that's been at war for over 4 decades. In fact, Afghanistan's journey is the stuff cricketing dreams are made of. Celebrations erupted in Afghanistan and in India, where a sizable number of Afghans stay, and of course across the world where the Afghan diaspora is located. Even the foreign minister of the Taliban administration, Amir Khan Muttaqi, congratulated the captain, Rashid Khan. We're talking to some Afghan people on their opinion on the progress of their cricket team and who they would like to see in the finals. Joining me to discuss this today are Amit Singh, former sports manager of the Afghan cricket team for nearly a decade, Venkat Sundaram, sports author and critic, and from Kabul joining us is Syed Sartaj Shahidzai. Welcome to the News9 Plus show, gentlemen. Syed, I want to start by asking you this. What is the mood right now in Kabul where you are? Afghan cricketing team pulling off one upset after the other in the T20 Cricket World Cup. What's the mood like in Kabul?
Thank you so much. First of all, I would like to say that let's try not to use the word upset anymore, especially for the Afghan cricket team, the way they are playing and the way they are progressing day by day.
Right.
Yes, that we have defeated Australia in the league matches, and now we have qualified to semi-finals by beating also one of the toughest teams, Bangladesh. It can give us a very tough time. All the time when we are playing against Bangladesh, it's not easy game for Afghanistan, but luckily that we were able to defend a very low total. The mood is really good. It's a totally different atmosphere in Afghanistan from Kabul to Kandahar.
Right.
It's still being celebrated. It's in the offices, in the restaurants, in social gatherings, schools, coffee shops, everywhere. It's still being celebrated, and hopefully that this celebration goes and continues till Saturday and Sunday, because now we are talking about or making plans that how we can overcome one of other tough teams, South Africa, in the semi-final, and hopefully that we can make it to the final. So the atmosphere is really positive. The people are enjoying and they are happy, and we are really proud of the team, of the players that they are playing in such a crucial league or stage, and we are still making good progress. So
right, absolutely.
It is being celebrated on a very high note in Afghanistan.
It is indeed, as Syed Sartaj just said, from Kabul to Kandahar, Afghanistan is united in celebrating its cricket team. But I want to bring in Amit Singh here, who's been with the Afghan cricket team in Greater Noida for almost a decade. Amit, tell us about the cricket team of Afghanistan and Rashid Khan, the person that everyone's looking at. What was it like, working with them for almost 10 years that you were here with them?
Thank you for calling me onto the show. As like the team, you already have mentioned that a nation which has been into the war for more than 4 decades. So first thing is undoubtedly we should accept that they have got a very strong willpower, and that strong willpower already makes the significance mark, whether it be cricket or any other places where they are marking their presence.
Right.
So when it comes to they come from a very strong, very tough situations and very strong
they've led a very hard life. When you say willpower, Amit, it's a very important thing, of course, in sports. But given the background of the cricketers, I mean, they've left their homes, they've come here, they're literally in exile. They're cricketers in exile. But what was it about the willpower? Give us an example of Rashid Khan, for instance. What was it about his willpower?
I could recall it very firmly as like it is an incident of yesterday, that when they were hosting Ireland for T20 series and they were 1 down, and then the second match was going on, it rained, and after the rains, as per DL method, they were losing by few runs.
Right.
But then they were everyone was just praying. We too were, as it being the Afghanistan home ground,
Right.
we too were part and associated with the team. We were praying that rain should stop. And after that, they changed the game all way around, because
Yes.
I have heard and I have seen Rashid backing his players. At
Right.
that time, I'm talking about 6 years back,
Yes.
but at that time also, he was backing his players. No, we can still do it. And that is where the willpower comes in,
Right.
where the positive approach comes in, and everything goes well, and then they won the match
Yes.
and the series.
Right, absolutely. That willpower that you brought out, and the fact that it's the captain that makes all the difference, as it does with every cricketing team. But Rashid is that X factor in the Afghan cricket team. Venkat Sundaram, you've been studying the Afghan cricket team's progress, and I've been asked by Syed Sartaj not to use the word upset. Because now we've come to, it's par for the course now. When Afghanistan plays any team, it's literally, it's a match among equals. How did Afghanistan do it? I mean, how did they swing their fortunes around in such a short period of time? What are the lessons for us to learn from Afghanistan's cricket team?
Look, I would use one word, and that's resilience.
Resilience.
Because it is not so sudden. It's not the first time they've stood up and asked to be counted. They played the World Cup in India and nearly caused a huge upset there.
Right.
Australia, if you remember, was saved by Maxwell, who scored a double hundred against the odds
Right.
and pulled the match literally out of the fire.
Yes.
Afghanistan has planned their cricket quite competently.
Right.
They've been guided by India in many ways. But
Right.
they first made Sharjah their base, then they shifted their base to India.
Yes.
They came to Greater Noida and then went on to Dehradun and other places.
Right.
Their players are playing now all over the world
Yes.
in limited overs T20 format. And they've got a lot of experience. In this format, if you notice, it is easy to cause an upset because you're playing a 120 ball game.
Yes.
It's as simple as that.
Right.
And if you keep it simple, if you make the first 30 overs, you don't lose wickets. Then the middle overs and the tail end, you can go for it, because
Right.
you got wickets in hand. That's
Right.
precisely what they've done in the last two matches.
Right.
Having said that, this is no cakewalk for them. They've had to fight tooth and nail throughout this tournament.
Yes.
They beat teams like New Zealand, Australia, and yesterday Bangladesh. These are just playing nations.
Yes.
And they've beaten them convincingly and deserve their place in the semi-finals. Of course, now the pressure will tell because the expectations will be very high. How they handle those expectations, how they plan their next steps, that will be crucial. They've shown the guts, they've shown the perseverance, they've shown the resilience, and above all, they've shown the spirit. You can see it in their body language, the way
Yes.
they approach a match, the way they played against Australia was amazing. I thought
Right.
they right from the beginning looked like winners, when
Yes.
they posted a score of nearly 149. I mean, the Australians were cock a hoop and they thought they'd get it. But
Yes.
no, the bowlers struck to a length and line, they bowled to their field. And above all, I find that this combination is very humble. They play to their limitations, right? They don't try something new at this stage. If you're a golfer, they say you should not try new shots while on
Yes.
the golf range or while playing on the in a golf format. So I think similarly, these people have shown that they stick to their game plan, and that's important because if it is working, there's no need to change it.
Right.
And they've beaten good teams, they've fielded well, they've held some very good catches, and their captaincy of Rashid has been exemplary. He knows each one's strengths and weaknesses, and he pushes them right to excel, and that is what is important because a match is not lost till it is won, and
Right.
it's not won till the other team loses. So I think he's sticking to his basics. He's
Right.
rotating his bowlers astutely, and he's playing on the nerves of batsmen.
Right.
Excellent performance by the Afghan team.
Excellent performance by the Afghan team indeed. And the beauty of the Afghan team is that they're a sight to behold literally on the ground. The way they celebrate, the way they, that the team spirit is on display for all to see. But Syed Sartaj, is cricket the most popular sport in Afghanistan right now? I'm sure it does. It is in the diaspora, especially in India and of course in Pakistan. But do a lot of Afghans play cricket? And will they start playing cricket if they're not already?
Indeed, yes. I can say that Afghanistan, the fans or the people the craze and the love for cricket is somehow nearly matching the craze in India for cricket. The kids play in front of their homes. We play a big tennis ball or table ball cricket everywhere in all parts of the country, and it's growing day by day, even in those geographical areas or regions where cricket was not popular. But with the progress that we are making at the international level, now even those Afghans who not knew what cricket is and how it is played. Now the kids are playing in schools, in their courtyards, in grounds, and it's getting popular with each passing day and with each every win that we register at the international platform. So it is played very well. And one thing I must say that I would like to thank the Indian people, the BCCI and the Indian cricket that for supporting us on every level, morally, technically, by providing platforms, giving us cricket grounds, and as you explained that the diasporas across the world, especially in India, they're still playing cricket, and they're thankful of the Indian people for supporting and giving us the support. And to this level, that where the Afghanistan cricket team is, truly there is a tremendous support given by the Indian people in the Indian cricket, and we would like to thank the IPL
Right.
management that they are supporting and they're giving platform or chances to our players. So from there, they're gaining experience. They're playing with the different players, international players, and even with greats of the Indian cricket. So thank you so much. And yes, it
Yes.
is growing day by day. And no matter we lose or win, still the cricket will be played and it will be loved and it will be celebrated in Afghanistan.
Cricket will be loved and played and celebrated. But Syed Sartaj, but tell us that what is the expectation among the Afghan people? I mean, I'm sure you want to see your heroes actually come back home. Do you see a point in time when the Afghan cricket team could actually come to Kabul and be welcomed by the people?
You mean will be coming back with the trophy, with the
Yes,
championship,
well,
or will be coming?
regardless, I mean,
Yes.
they've played like champions, and so it now doesn't really matter if they win or not. The winning streak that they've had, I'm sure at some point you would like to see the Afghan cricket team come home to Kabul. Do you see that happening very soon?
Yes, they are really much welcome because they are part of Afghanistan. They are our team. They are our national heroes, and we are definitely welcoming them. It is their home. They are very much welcome. They can come. They can be part with the people, and even Afghans. Everybody they're waiting for their national heroes to come to be with them, to take photos, take their autographs, to listen to them. So there is no hesitation. I mean, not welcoming or not
Right.
seeing our heroes among us. So we are waiting for them, and regardless of their winning the championship or not, because
Yes.
still by defeating Australia, some Afghans they consider that don't like when we beat it. Australia, everybody was saying that for us the World Cup is over. We have
That's
won
right.
the World
You've
Cup,
beat
and
one
now
of the
they can come home.
strongest. You've beat one of the strongest
Yes.
cricketing team, and tomorrow they face South Africa, another big challenge. And who knows after that? If they beat South Africa, it could possibly be a Dharam Sankat with India. Amit?
No, you have used the word upset.
Yes.
My brother has
No,
already.
yes, Syed
already
Sartaj has objected to the
already
word
objected.
upset, yes.
I too would have objected if I would have got the opportunity. But
Right.
Fortunately, the thing is, upset could have been in one match or
Yes.
maximum at two. This is a series where
Right.
they have already proven themselves in one day World Cup and now in T20. So it can't be an upset.
Yes. Now it's absolutely
It's the performance
it's
and the
yeah.
performance of their hard work.
It's, I
and the
think
result
if
we
a
are-
team beats Afghanistan, that would be an upset
that
now,
would-
given their
I won't
winning
be,
streak.
frankly speaking, I won't be surprised
Yeah.
if we would be witnessing India versus Afghanistan in the finals. Then it would be a Dharam Sankat for me.
Yes.
For the people like who had been associated with Afghanistan,
Right.
From the day one when they were into the.
So
they
that's
came
going to be
India.
a big crisis for people like us who've been backing both teams, both India and Afghanistan. Especially you, Amit Singh. Who are you going to back for?
Everyone who has been associated with the Afghanistan team when they came up to India,
Yes.
including Venkat Sundaramji,
Right.
He too was part of the sports complex management when Afghanistan team came
Yes.
for the to Greater Noida for the very first time. He has
Yes.
got a significant role to play in it.
Right.
So people who has been associated, the best thing with the Afghanistan team is they are very humble, very ground to earth. They
Yes.
won't ever let you feel that they are, even the international cricketers, they will meet you like brothers
Yes.
in every format, and that's the
Humility,
most,
that's one trait that's come out very strongly, as Venkat was mentioning as well. Venkat Sundaram, India versus Afghanistan in the finals, who are you going to root for?
Well, I could hear what you were saying, but I endorse what Amit said,
Yes.
that Afghanistan is a team to reckon with. They will play to their heart's ability and to their, they'll enjoy the game. That's what this cricket is all about. T20 has
Yes.
to enjoy it. To play your best, you have to be relaxed. You have to trust your skills, and you have to go for it. I think that Afghanistan, the expectations are not too high, but when you play a
Yes.
semi-final, they've got nothing to lose.
Right.
So they'll definitely play to their strengths, which is to try and score 150 to 180. Match is being played at Port of Spain, Trinidad, which has a reputation of playing a little low and slow, which will suit them totally,
Right.
and will negate the bounce and pace of the South African bowlers. The batting of South Africa has been in bits and pieces impressive and unimpressive. Sometimes they take, sometimes no. That's cricket. This type of cricket, that's what happens, especially on pitches which are little friendly towards the bowlers. So I think there will be a cracker of a game. Semi-final of a World Cup is never easily won. So both the teams will go all out for it. And I'm
Right.
sure India's match against England will be equally challenging. Let us
Yes.
not underestimate the English, and let's not talk about the final. We're only in the semi-finals. We
Right.
need to get over England. England is no pushover, let me tell you that.
Yes.
They got a lethal pace attack. Geoffrey Archer at his best now.
Right.
And their batting is clicking. Salt and Butter are dangerous players. They got Brooks in the middle. And I think their team competition is pretty balanced. So I think India's match will also be very close and tightly fought.
Right, a very close and tightly fought match with England indeed. But Syed, tell us your predictions for Afghanistan's cricket fortunes. The next couple of matches are going to be really crucial. South Africa is really crucial. But as we were just saying, Amit was saying that if South Africa beats Afghanistan, that would be an upset. But an India-Afghanistan final, are we getting a little too ahead of the matches? What's your prediction?
Well, maybe, but being an Afghan or considering the current scenario, yes, there is a possibility because all odds are in our favor. Like the morale is really high.
Yes.
We beat some good quality teams like New Zealand and Australia. We narrowly skipped and went through the semi-final. And if you look at the Australian, the South African side, and the history tells that they have never came out of the semi-final. So
Yes.
that pressure will also be on the South African team, in that the moral that now we have in, as explained by the other experts, it's a win-win situation for Afghanistan. We have already achieved what we were looking forward to, reaching the semi-finals, and now the situations are really in the favor. The grounds and the pitch is in the favor of the Afghanistan bowling, and our guys are really contributing, especially like previously we were only relying on the spinners, but now in this tournament our
Yes.
seamers and pacers, they have shown that they can contribute to the most extent, and now Gulbuddin played a very good part. Now the
Yes.
leading wicket taker is Faruqi, and also Naveen has done a good job against Bangladesh. So there is a possibility, and we are really looking forward to. Currently in Afghanistan, we are discussing a final between India and Afghanistan. So
Yes.
hopefully that that India wins, reaches to the final, and we meet them. We meet India in the final.
Yes, yes, and that will be the most interesting cricket match possibly in recent times that's ever been played. But thank you very much for joining us, Syed Sartaj. Afghanistan on
You're
a
welcome.
winning track, on a winning spree. Rashid's Afghan giant killers are the story that we've been following very closely, and we will indeed tomorrow as well, when Afghanistan plays South Africa and India play England. Who will be in the finals? We don't know, but there's two teams that we're rooting for tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining us, Venkat Sundaram and Amit Singh, for that story on Rashid's Afghan giant killers.